Hi, I wanted to say a few words about our next essay. Essentially, an evaluation, it's like a review. You judge the quality of something. How good or bad is it? How valuable or worthless is it? What are its positive and its negative qualities? This is something we do all the time. Every time I grade one of your papers, I'm writing an evaluation. You may have been evaluated at work, or maybe you're a supervisor and you evaluate other people's performance. And you're certainly familiar with product reviews, movie reviews, music reviews, book reviews, those kinds of things. All of those count as evaluation. The simplest thing to do is just to choose one thing that you're familiar with and write an evaluation of it. My advice is to not be 100% black and white with it. Don't argue that this is the very best movie of all times, or this is the very worst movie of all times. Most things are somewhere in between, and your review will come across as more persuasive if you have something a little bit more qualified, more balanced. The other thing you can do is make a comparison or rank the quality of two similar things. So I once had a student who looked at two different white athletic shoes and judged which one would be the better purchase. And even and her answer was qualified there as well. She said, well, this one is way more expensive, but you could use it for two different sports. This one is much less expensive, but only buy it if you're only going to use it for running. It's not going to work for cross training. So you can have sort of a qualified comparison of two things as well, like that. Please choose something that you can really evaluate in detail. If you're going to evaluate a car, make sure it's a car that you can test drive. Last semester, I had a student who wrote an evaluation of this gigantic, like 5-pound burger. And I was so excited to read his evaluation of this enormous burger, only to discover that he had never eaten one. He'd only heard about it from a friend who lives in a different city. And he had a lot of trouble evaluating that hamburger because he couldn't see it, he couldn't smell it, he couldn't taste it. How are you going to evaluate something that you can't examine? So if it's a movie, you're going to need to watch it multiple times. If it's a book, you're going to need to have a copy of the book to look at and to quote from and to evaluate. I think that's all I have to tell you right now. I'll also just say, please reach out to me if anything's confusing or if you want help. I hope you enjoy this unit, and I hope to learn a lot from you about the things that you evaluate.